Hi everyone, welcome to Sambo's Geospatial YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at setting up offline capability in ArcGIS Field Maps. And during the course of the training, we'll be looking at the step-by-step configuration. Like we know, ArcGIS Field Maps is a type of data collection application that allows you to interact with the application as if you are interacting with a map. So one of the basic thing that makes ArcGIS Field Maps very unique is the ability to be able to capture data when it is offline. So for ArcGIS Field Maps, users have the opportunity of configuring their application so that whenever they are not in a connected environment, they have the enablement of capturing data. And when they get back to a place where there is internet connectivity, they can actually collect those data sets. So here, the workers have the opportunity of downloading the map area that has been pre-configured by the GIS analyst, the layers, and also the data in that web map. And with this, they have the full enablement to actually use some of those functionality that have been designed for that particular project. So it is a very, very simple approach. What you have to do is just to configure the map in a way that you'll be able to have access to those layers of light. So some of the advantages that the offline capability gives you is that, like I mentioned, you can work in remote areas, underground and low signal zones without disruption. It also gives you faster performance and also data security in cases where you have sensitive field data to collect. You also have, it improves team productivity, and it enables you to seamlessly sync when you are in a network-enabled environment. So these are some of the steps that you take when you want to actually configure this application. You enable the offline capability on the web map itself that you use to design your ArcGIS. You also turn on the enable sync on your feature layer. You share your maps with the field workers. You define your offline map areas on your ArcGIS Field Map Designer. Then on your mobile phone, which has the ArcGIS Field Map application, you have the opportunity of downloading the offline area, and with that you can collect data. So I will take us through on how to use it using the ArcGIS online and also the ArcGIS Field Map itself. Let's get started. So on my ArcGIS online, I'll be making use of one of the applications that has been designed in a previous video. Is called the Street Lights application that was designed. So for the feature layer, you go to your feature layer and do some settings on that feature layer. The first thing is to open the item details. Look at if you have the enablement of syncing that data. So there's a functionality called enable sync. So you have to check it if it's active. When you look at it here, if it's turned off, that means that users will not be able to actually take data offline. But if it's not, if it's turned off, you can turn it off from here. Turn it on from here. Then you go to your application on your ArcGIS Online, go to your web map that you use to design that particular app. So in this case, I'm using a web map called, let me filter filter. Street lights. This is it. I'll use the web map called inspection. The inspection map. I go to my inspection map also. I look at the item details. On the item detail settings, I'm also supposed to do something. Yeah, so on the item details, you should be able to look at if the web map is also offline enabled. You can see from here, it's checked. So that means that this web map also can be taken offline. So after that, you go to your app launcher. On your app launcher, you go to Field Maps. On Field Maps, when your Field Maps is open, you have the opportunity of going directly to the map that you use to configure that particular field application. In this case, I'm using the street lights web map. So while we wait for it to load, this is it here. The overview, you can see that the offline capability is checked. So for you to, this is the overview. On the offline tab here, this is where you pre-configure your offline area. You pre-configure your offline area from this place. Your map area is here. So this is for the content. The layers are here, the base map. The base map is here. So depending on the type of base map you have, you can also change it on the map itself. So I'll go to my manage areas. On my manage areas tab here, I have the opportunity of configuring the required area that I want. So you will see here that there's a button called create offline area. So this is an existing data that is on this map itself, but I don't want this area. I want a place around where I am now. I'll use current location just for the purpose of this video, so that when I want to use the application on my app, I'll be able to do that, and it will not take downside. So I want to create the offline area now. You have two tools here. There's a tool for sketching in a rectangular way and also in a polygon way. So I will take this polygon so that I can be able to draw around where I want myself. So you start by drawing the area of interest, the AOI. This is my AOI now, and I'll call it, I can give it a name also. I'll call it ArcGIS Street Light. Then you have the opportunity of also configuring it to the level of details. So for this, I'll change it to buildings. Then the word is too much, but note that the way you configure this your level of details will also determine the size of the offline map. So I'm going to put this to town or city, then building, right? Then there's a functionality for packaging schedule here. So I want it to update every day by let's say 7 a.m. so that by 7 a.m. my field workers will have an update. They will have an update. And I change this to here. Right? So that whenever data has been submitted, you have that opportunity of getting a refresher of the data submitted around that day. So I'm going to save this. Then the field application will start packaging the offline code. When it has finished packaging, this offline map area will now be available on the field map app itself for users to use, and which I'm going to connect my phone so that you see how this works. So now that the offline area has been packaged now, you can have more than one offline area. Decide to create more, but for this, you should select it. If you have another update that you want to do, you can update it. In case you've added other layers to it, you can recreate them and stuff like that. But right there, I have my application, ArcGIS Field Maps application now, and you see that there's a notification that there's a map area already for this map. So I'll open this. Then you see an option here that there's a map area. So I'll download this map area. So now that the offline map has been downloaded, I can open it. Just to show that this works effectively, I would enable my location. So and I can also turn off my internet. So I'm turning off my internet now. So internet has been turned off, location has been turned off. If I come here, this is exactly where I am now. And I can add. So this is where I am. Okay. This is the exact place I am now. So I want to put this place. I want to add these points. I'm going to be taking a picture. Let me put a name. Once I'm connected to an external device, today's dates needs to be changed. Wait. Then I can submit this. So you see that this has been submitted, but it is not linked to the database now because this does not have internet enablement. All right? Okay. So you can see one local edit now. So assuming you are now in a connected environment, you can turn on let me turn on the internet now. Then I can sync now. So I can sync. So see? So this is syncing. So if I go to the database, I'll be able to find this particular data that are submitted. So another way by which you can design your offline area is by going to the main application that you designed, this one. I'll come here, then you can add offline area. So this capability is just something that is added to the ArcGIS Field Maps. So that means from your mobile phone yourself, you can draw an offline area. You can draw it manually here. or you zoom into near that you want. So this is the extent I want. Let me use this as an example, and I can download this as an offline area. So you can see once it's finished download, you can name it to any name that you want, then make use of it. So how this training gives you better insight about offline capability in ArcGIS Field Maps. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye bye.